I want you to think about this. It's Sunday morning. You wake up. You smell something warm coming out of the kitchen. Something baked. You know that smell I'm talking about? How about some English muffin bread? I mean, you could sit there in front of the stove and make individual English muffins on the grill, but who wants to do that on Sunday morning? Not that I don't have time right now. It's just not what I feel like doing. So I'm going to show you a really easy way to make an English muffin loaf that still has the nooks and crannies and all that good stuff. Okay? So we're going to start with our mixture of milk and oil and yeast, and has a little bit of water in it. Okay? And I'll tell you where to get the recipe on YouTube. Okay, so we got the flour in there. We're gonna pour in that mixture of milk and all that good stuff, and the yeast is in there too with the warm milk. Make sure the milk isn't over 110 degrees, okay? So that's gonna mix up into kind of a moist dough. I'll probably stop it in a minute and scrape it down a little bit. And then we're gonna put it in a bowl, and it needs to rise for about 45 minutes or so. Wow, look at how that's coming together. I don't even have to scrape it down. So it's all come together. Now I'm gonna beat it like a coronavirus hater for about a minute. Take that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it in a bowl. I put a little bit of grapeseed oil around the bottom and the sides, and I sprinkled it with a little cornmeal so it doesn't stick. And we're gonna let that rise covered for about 45 minutes. Okay, so I let my dough rise. It was really about an hour. I like the holes in it, the little, nooks and cranny kind of deal. So I let it rise a little longer than it's supposed to. And also, I'm gonna let it rise twice, not once. I mean, you could just do it once, 45 minutes in the loaf pan, okay? And then put it in the oven. But what I did was about an hour in the bowl. You can see how big and beautiful that is. Then I'm gonna put it in the loaf pan. I'm gonna brush this grapeseed oil around and sprinkle with some organic cornmeal. Put it in the loaf pan, let it rise again until it's just above the top, and I'm gonna pop it in a 400-degree oven. So I'm showing my dough some love. I'm gonna let it rise a second time till it gets big and beautiful again. I'm gonna put it in the oven, and then we're gonna have some really tasty English muffin bread. And I was just thinking for a second that I should take out the stick of Kerrygold butter so it gets nice and soft so I can slather it on a slice. After about 5 minutes, you want to turn it out on a rack, let it cool off, and then you can slice it up. You can get to the slathering of the butter. And life just got better. Have a great Sunday.